market. We have the different tools in market. So Loadrunner and Neoload and JMeter and LoadGen, so stuff. So these all will be available tools in market. But in actually all companies, maximum MNC companies, all companies mostly use for the 100%, 99% of the company using for the Loadrunner only, because it is a very important tool for the performance testing point of view. It is will get for the accurate results. So that is point of view. Maximum all companies using for the Loadrunner tool only. And Neoload also one of the tool. It is used for the 1%. And going to the JMeter, LoadGen, and SourceStar. These all will be open source tool. Means what is the open source tool? Means anyone can download the software, and anyone can be like after download the software, you can do for the free of cost. So that is we can call it an open source. But going to the Loadrunner and Neoload, this tool will be we need to buy the license. Means you want to execute with the number of user point of view, means you need to buy the license. Okay, so for our course point of view, I will explain for the Loadrunner tool, and JMeter I will explain. So first we'll go with the Loadrunner tool. In the Loadrunner, we have the 5 components in Loadrunner. So means Loadrunner is the one of the performance testing tool. Here we have the different type of components. Which is connected. Okay. So we have the Loadrunner. How many components? 5 components in Loadrunner. What are there? Means virtual user generator and controller and agent process and load generator and analyzer. So going to the what is the virtual user generator? Virtual user generator means we want record for the business flow through using for the VUSEN, like we can call it as a shortcut VUSEN. VUSEN nothing but virtual user generator. Using that virtual user generator, we want to record the script using for the virtual user generator, like what is the business flow we have. So that business flow we need to record the script. So business flow nothing but, so we have the different type of, for example, Paytm application will be there. So what are things we can do in Paytm? We can launch the Paytm application, and after that what we can do, we need to log in the Paytm, and after that you need to pay the bills. Means you need to pay the bills like electricity bill or water bill. Maybe you want to book the movie, means you need to book the movie. Means these all transactions you can perform in the Paytm. So these all transactions you want to record, means we need to record the script. Means using for the virtual user generator, we need to record the script. So once virtual user generator we recorded script and it is completed, then we can move to the controller. What is the controller? We can design the scenario and execute with the multiple user point of view. We can use for the controller. Like in virtual user generator point of view, we need to only do for the single user. Up to layer more than 10 users we can do. But we want to more than that, like 1,000 users, 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh users we need to do. Means using the controller, we can design the scenario and we want to execute with the multiple user point of view, we can use for the controller. So once the execution is completed, so you want to analyze the results, like how the results happen, and we are meeting for the like actually we are actually SLA will be SLA nothing but service level agreement. Service level agreement will be 2 seconds for the universal for any transactions like login, launch, and flight booking. Any of the transactions, what is the SLA? 2 seconds. So you need to observe for the each and every transaction we are meeting for the SLA or not, you need to check. For example, so see Paytm application is there. So what we are doing, launch the URL and log in, and after that payment transfer and the bills, we want to pay the bills and log out. So this all will be each and every we can consider as a transaction. Launch is one transaction. After launch, we are doing for the login is one transaction, and payment is a one transaction, and bills is the one transaction, and logout is the one transaction. For here, you can observe, see already I assigned here. 2 second is the SLA for our application. SLA nothing but service level agreement. Means you need to check for the launch is within 2 seconds or not, and login is within 2 seconds is happening or not. Payment transfer is there, so it is also happening for the within 2 seconds or not. And bills, you are paying the bills. So this bills transaction, it will be within the 2 seconds is happening or not, and logout is there. So logout also it is happening 2 seconds or not. You need to check for the these all conditions in where results analysis point of view. Using for the analysis tool, you need to analyze the results. Like, okay, launch is a 1.3 seconds, means it's less than 2 seconds. Okay, good. Login is a 1.8, it's less than 2 seconds, then good. Payment transfer will be there. For example, this it took for the 2.2 seconds. So we are meeting SLA? No, right? So no means you are not meeting SLA. Means if you send this results, means then client will ask why it is taken for the more than 2 seconds for this transaction. Then you need to identify the issue, like what is the issue? Maybe network issue, maybe you are executing with 1000 users, maybe CPU memory is insufficient. Okay, so network parameters, DB parameters. So these all we need to check the parameters. And again, okay, we are find any issue, like for example, CPU memory point of view, go to the task manager, see in performance point of view, you can see CPU how much it is showing, 74 or 27 it is showing. Going to the memories, how much it is showing, 91% it is showing. Means it is a more than for the 80% is crossing. Actually, for we are crossing more than 80%. Then for this application point of view, our system is a memory is we don't have sufficient memory. Only available memory it is showing only 807. But you are executing with the 1000 users, then that is why your memory is insufficient, but the 1000 user point of view, that is why you are getting for the 2.2 seconds for the our SLA. So you find the issue, okay, it is the because of memory we are getting for the response time will be high. So we can consider as a response time of the each transaction. This is the, we can call it as a response time. So one of the transaction response time, we are not meeting SLA. We find the issue, okay, because of the memory will be high. So that is why we are getting for the 2.2 second you observe. Then what we need to do, we have the some configuration team will be there, or EMS team, means any one of the team will be there. We need to send to the mail them. We are executed Paytm application with 1000 users. We observe that maximum all transactions we are getting for the SLA within 2 seconds, but payment transaction is took for the 2.2 seconds. But we observe for the CPU is sufficient for 1000 users, but memory point of it is crossing for the more than 91%. So that is why we are getting for the response time will be high. Could you please increase for the memory? We need to recommend it to them. Then they will increase for the memory, like current will be 4 GB will be there. They will increase for the 8 GB or 16 GB, they will increase. Then you can do for the again do for the execution with the 1000 users. Then at that time you got for the 1.2 seconds. Then you are good for the results or not? Yes, right? We are good results. See, because all transactions, login, launch, payment, bills, logout, all transactions we are getting for the within 2 seconds is happening. So we are good results. Then we need to send this result to the our stakeholders. Okay, so that is the analysis. Means you need to analyze the results, each and every transaction, how much response time we are getting, you need to analyze. And going to the load generator. So what is the load generator? Nothing but load generator is also one of the machine. So you want to generate the load against the application, then you need to use for the load generator. So for example, our system is one machine. In this machine, we have the CPU utilization, memory utilization, all things will be there, right? Same way, load generator also, they will configure for the, like same way, they will configure like CPU, memory, disk, and network. Everything they will configure as a machine. This machine, so while during the test, you observe for the CPU memory is more than means you need to inform to the client like particular team, and we need to ask for the increase the load. So what is the load generator? Generate the load against the application. Going to the agent process. What is the agent process means? It is the connection between the controller and load generator. So it is established the connection between the controller and load generator. Some connection will be need, or to establish the connection means we need for the agent process. So using these 5 components only, we can do for the our end-to-end testing. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
So next, Loadrunner architecture. So Loadrunner architecture, nothing but I will show you Loadrunner architecture. See, this is the Loadrunner architecture. So already I told these all will be our components. What is that? We use nothing but virtual user generator and controller and analyzer. And this is the agent process. Means it is a interface between the LG to controller is a agent process. AP nothing but agent process. LG nothing but load generators. And see, for example, we are in application. Some application will be there. So this application will be there. I am click on this one, and after that I am entering for the username and password. So I'm clicking the login button. So once you can click on login button, what will happen means the request, it is going to the agent process, through agent process going to the LG nothing but load generator. So LG will be send this request to the web server, and web server will be the request will send to the application server, and application server will send to the DB for the request. Then it will check for the username and password. For example, we are given Jojo Bill. So for this point of view, in this DB, username, password, Jojo Bill will be there, not there, it will check. Okay, it will be there. Okay, so we are getting for the response. Like you are getting for the next page. See, if you get the enter this one, it went for the next page or not. Maybe you are giving for the some wrong. Okay, I'm giving for the some different wrong. So I'm clicking on this. So means you are getting for the error, web tour error, you are got for the means you are not going to the next page. So means in this DB you don't have the details of the username and password. So that is why it is sending the response. See, web tour error, incorrect password. So this is also response only, but it is an invalid response. Means valid response means what? Okay, enter for the Jojo and enter for the username and password, click on login. It is going to the this page means it is a valid response. So this response, once you get this, and it will send to the this response to the application server, and application server is sent to the response to the web server, and web server is sent to the response to the LG. Finally, we'll receive for the we receive the through agent process, will receive the response. Means you are sending the request, and we are getting for the response. So this round trip of request and response, we can call it as a response time. Response time is, this is the response time. Already I explained, right? So 1.3 seconds and 1.8 seconds. How it is coming means like this only it is coming. Means you are sending the request and it is getting for the response. So this round trip of request, and we can call it as a response time. So sending request time and sending the response, we can consider as a receiving the response, we can consider as a response time. Got it, everyone? So now we'll observe for the next will be, we have the PT life cycle will be there. PT life cycle. So what is the PT life cycle? PT nothing but performance testing life cycle. performance testing life cycle. So means what we need to, what are the things we can do for the, if it is a project is came. So what is our cycle? What is our performance testing life cycle? What things we can do means these are the 10 points we can do. POC, proof of concept, non-functional requirements gathering, and after that test plan and workload model, and test data and script recording and enhancements and design scenario, test execution and result analysis and reporting and recommendation, and final will be risk and mitigations. So using these 10 points only you can do for the end-to-end testing. Now you can observe after 5th onwards, we know for these steps. Script recording enhancements, where we can do, which component we can use?
Virtual user generator.
Virtual user generator. Already I explained, right? Means you want to record the script, means using for the virtual user generator, you want to do for the scripting and enhancements. We can call it as a user. And after that, design the scenario and execution, where we can do
Controller.
Design means already I told controller nothing but we can design the scenario and execute with the multiple users we can use for the controller. So design also we can do for the controller, and as well the test execution also we are doing for the test execution also in controller. Going to the result analysis. So where we are seeing the result analysis using for the which component?
Analyzer. Complete
Analyzer.
the results of.
So using the analyzer, you want to analyze the results, like which each and every transaction you are executed for the 1,000 users. What is the average response time of each and every transaction? So using for the analysis, result analysis, we can do for the analyzer and reporting and recommendation. Once you find the results, then these results you want to prepare the report and send to the our team or client, means you want to send the report and recommendation, risk and mitigation. These all things will coming from the analyzer part. So now everyone is clear, 5 to 10 points. So now first one will be POC, proof of concept. So what is the proof of concept? Means it is a brand new project, because it is a very new project. Okay, new project. So client, he don't know anything. Client, he don't know anything, like what we can do, which tool we can use, which protocol we can use, and he don't know anything. So it is a brand new project. So he asked to okay, do for the performance testing for this application. So your lead will be assigned to you. Okay, this is our application. Actually, client also don't know anything for this application, and you need to do for the POC, and you need to tell me the results. Then what we need to do? We need to start our POC, proof of concept. Like first thing, before you are doing for that, means what you need to do? You should understand the business flow of the application. Business flow, nothing but what is the business flow? See, this is the Paytm, this is the one more business flow, and one more business flow will be like Paytm only. Second scenario also we have the one more business scenario, login, and after that movie ticket booking, and fourth one will be maybe recharge. So means this transaction will be different. Means before you need to go to the do the POC, you should understand the okay, these are the transactions. So you need to understand the what is the business flow of the application. You should understand the business flow of the application, and you should understand the which tool supposed to use. Like we can use for the Loadrunner or Neoload or JMeter or Loadgen. So you need to decide. Okay, maximum we are using for the Loadrunner only, right? Because that is expenses tool. Client also expect for the what is the expense tool in market. They are also expecting for that only. So that is why I tried first one will with the Loadrunner. And so using the Loadrunner, what I did, I recorded some simple business scenario and report to the client. I executed with the minimal users, like 5 to 10 users. So I reported the client, okay, this is the business scenario. So these are the business flow. So I executed with the 10 users and I got for the, these are the response time of each and every transaction. We need to inform to the client. Then client will be, okay, see the results. Okay, we are getting for the 1.3, 1.1.4 means we are getting for the good results. So you can start your performance testing using for the Loadrunner and using for the web protocol. You can start your test, you can advise. So means you need to do for the, that is the POC. Everyone understand what is the POC? So once POC is completed, next step we need to non-functional requirements gathering. Non-functional requirements means, for example, see, we want to make the car. So what are the things, requirements we need? Hello, we want to make the car means what are the things we need?
Steering,
Steering,
gear,
tires,
tires,
okay, body, iron,
engine.
So these all will be, we need to make the car, these all will be that car requirements. As same to, as a performance testing point of view also, we have the some non-functional requirements will be there. We need to gather from the client these all details. So first one will be CBT. What is the CBT means? Critical business transaction. So critical business transaction, nothing but, see, for example, Facebook application will be there. So what are the things we can do? Facebook, we can launch the application and log in the application, upload video, download video, and chatting and like and share. This all will be things will be there. For each and every scenario, we can consider a critical business transaction. So mostly users will be, what are the things we'll do in Facebook? Hello. So it means everyone will be launched. That will everyone will do. Without launch, we can't log in. So once the launch is completed, login. So means login also CBT. And after that, upload video, download video, everyone will do. And share also, everyone they share the videos and what are the there, everything will be add. And going to the like is there. So everyone will do for the like every time. No, right? Means that will be number of users will be not access more than for that application. So that is why we can't consider as a that is not a point of the like. Going to the comment is there. Comment also everyone will do. So that is also rare condition. So if anyone will be required, then only he will give for the comment. So means like and comment we can't consider as our critical business transactions. So only upload video, download video, and share the video or share the any image and add, this all we can consider as a critical business transaction. So you should understand the what are our critical business transactions in our application. You need to gather from the client. Okay, you are asking for the client and he told as a, so these transactions will be in my application critical business transaction: launch, login, payment, transfer, and bill, logout. So these all transactions will be, means you need to ask for them and you need to gather those details. So after that, average response time. Second point will be average response. What is the average response time? Is you are executed 10 users. What is the 10 users average response time? 1.3 seconds happen. Means you need to ask for the client also. What is the each and every transaction average response time? What is our SLA? We can consider as a SLA. What is the service level agreement of the each and every transaction? So you need to ask them and get those details and note it. So, and going to the peak hours and off peak hours. What is the peak hours? What is the off peak hours? Means, see, our Facebook application will be there. Early morning hours, like morning 6 to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock will be there. So those hours will be very less number of users only access our application. One minute. Hello. So off peak hours means load will be less because morning time 6 to 10 o'clock. So less number of user will be access Facebook application. So means very less load will be there. Those will be can consider as a off peak hours. And peak hours means after evening 5 to up to 11 or 10 o'clock, number of user will be login to the Facebook application. They are doing for their transactions. Like everyone will be free after 5 onwards. So that is why everyone will be come to the Facebook application. They do for their transactions. Maybe upload video, download video, charting or sharing. These all things they will do. So those hours we can consider as a peak hours. Means your application, what are the timings of the peak hours, what are the off peak hours, you need to identify or you need to ask for the client and you need to gather these requirements. And next, which pages are mostly accessed the users? Means we have the what are the pages will be there, like critical business transactions, like upload video, download video. So which pages are mostly accessing the users, you need to ask for the client. And apart from this, we need to ask for the OS level thresholds classics, like what is the CPU utilization, what is the memory utilization, you need to gather from the requirement. Because you are executing with the 1,000 users means this CPU is sufficient or not, we need to check. That is point of view, you need to ask for the client, what is the current CPU and memory utilization of our application. So you need to, these all details we need to gather from the client. So what are that we are gathering? CBTs, average response time, and peak hours, or peak hours, and which pages are mostly accessing the users. And apart from this, we have to gather for the OS level threshold stats like CPU and memory utilization. So maybe client to he will know, then he will everything he will provide this all requirements. Bless. So client also don't know. Means he also don't know. Then we need to identify the ourselves. Like as a performance test engineer, you should identify the our things. What are the things we need to do? Like first we can consider as a, in this point of view, client doesn't know application and application is production. And client doesn't know application and application not in production. And client doesn't know application and application not in a production and no competitor. So production nothing but it is the application will be live. For example, already application is going to live. Live means it is everyone will be using. So already using means using for the application, we need to find for the non-functional requirements, like what is the CBT, what is the peak hours, off peak hours. How we need to find them is using for the production logs. So using the production logs or site analytical tool, using these tools, we need to identify our non-functional requirements. And we need to take for the historical data of the last 1 year, and we need to get for the what are the critical business transactions and which pages are mostly accessing the users. So which URL will be mostly using for the application. So you need to gather from the how you need to gather using for the production log or using for the site analytical tool. That is the first point. Okay, it is the application is production, means it is a live, means everyone will be using, so that is fine. But this time what will happen means application no one using, that is not in production also, means that is no one will be using. So how you need to find our non-functional requirement? So client doesn't know application and application not in production. So at that time what we can do means, like as a competitor, see for example our application will be ICICI Bank we are testing. So that is not developed and no one is using for the in web point of view. Then that is not in production. Then we need to, how we need to find our non-functional requirements means, we know for the HDFC already there or SBI there. So we know this banking, this is the banking application. What we are testing, that is also banking application we know. So those application we consider as a competitor. Means our ICICI Bank competitor will be HDFC Bank. Means you know for the HDFC transactions, what are the things you can do? Like you need to do for the, what are the things you can do? Bank application, we can log in bank and after the login, withdraw, otherwise transfer and checkbook request and we add pay. So these all transactions we can do. So any application will be same or not. You are doing for the SBI, you are doing for the ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, everywhere will be same transactions will be there. Means, okay, using that, you need to identify the, okay, ICICI Bank also, we have the same transactions will be there. Using that, you need to identify the transactions and critical business transactions, average response time, these all things using that commutator, we can consider as a commutator, we can call. So this is the second point. And going to the third point, client doesn't know application and the application not in production, no commutator. So this time application not in production means application is not in live and no commutator means we don't have ICICI Bank will be there, but we don't have any bank application will be there in outside. So then how we need to find the miss? So we need to ask for the direct customer, like who is a client, right? So we need to ask for them, like how many number of users will be coming to the direct. So direct means it is a offline business. So offline means how many number of are coming. Means we need to ask for them and we need to convert for their offline business to online business, or the traditional business to we need to convert for the online business. Then he told as a every day it is coming for the 1 lakh users will be coming for the direct. Okay, for this 1 lakh users, how many users registered your application? He told out of the 1 lakh users, 10% users will be registered users. So 1 lakh is a 10% means how much? 10,000, right? So means 10,000 users will be registered users. Then again we need to ask for that. In the 10,000 users, how many are like daily users? Means every day is coming and they are doing for their transactions. For this 10,000 users, 10% of the users will be directly they are coming and they are doing for their transactions, they told. So like that we need to ask them and we need to gather for the non-functional requirements. Got it, everyone? So these all tips up to this all steps will be interview point of only, no need to worry about this. Just you need to prepare yourself also. In our material will be there. You need to go through that and you can prepare. Tomorrow onwards will be, we can start only scripting only. We can continue our scripting part for the tomorrow onwards. So anyone have any doubts?
ఇది జనరల్ గా ఇప్పుడు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్ కి ఇప్పుడు క్లయింట్ మనకు ఒక రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఇస్తారు కదా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 10,000 యూజర్స్ కి మీరు టెస్ట్ చేయండి అన్నట్లా. హలో.
Yes. Yeah, client requirement. We need to gather from the client.
ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్ ఆ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్ క్లయింట్ పెంచుకోవాలనుకుంటే ఫెసిలిటీ ఉంటుందా? అంటే ఇప్పుడు
Yeah.
ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్
You see, you want to increase